Welcome to Fanny Magnet. Right now, in this video and in this series, I will explain you how you can make a website using HTMLs and other technologies. Before we start, you need to understand the concept of a website and what is a coding and so on. So, first thing I like to tell you, I will not teach you a coding. I will not explain you the how to do a coding and all. What we are going to do, we are going to use softwares and we will understand the basics of codes so that it will help us to do a troubleshooting in case we get stuck somewhere. So in this video I'll explain you about the HTML. Okay, so once you understand HTML, you will understand a basic idea of a coding, how a coding work. And next time when you make a website, when you get into any kind of trouble, it will help you to come out of that problem by reading a codes of the web page. So every web page is made on, there is on the background there is a coding. So let's understand the HTML part first. Okay, so as you can see, I have a blank text. Okay, so you can use text editor or you can use a notepad on your Windows and it will work the same way. Now the first thing what the HTML web page starts from, that is HTML. So this is a tag for HTML. Okay, you have to close the tag. Now once you type this tag, that means you are writing a web content now. So you just have to hit enter and understand, it doesn't matter you write it in a capital or you write it in a small letter. Only things will be considered, that is the brackets and whatever you have typed inside that. So I have typed HTML. The first tag starts with a head, then we have to close the head, then it's a title, T-I-T-L-E, and then close the title. Now understand, whenever you open any tag, you have to make sure you close that tag. If you do not close that tag, that particular script will not work. For example, right now I'm typing a title in the web for my website, so I will type a title name as, I will definitely explain you what exactly the title is. So let's just get into the coding first. The title is, I will type the title as welcome now. Now this title will only work if I close this title code. So let's close it. For closing, you have to do everything same as this. Simply just copy and paste, but make sure that you put a slash before the name. So this is how any kind of code opens, and this is how it get closed. Then hit next, and here we will close head, because that was this is a part of our head. So whatever with the time, when you learn more about SEOs, this head title, this will help you. So let's understand the little bit of coding here once again. So head, we have, so as you can see that I have opened HTML, then I have opened head, I have opened title, and I close the title, and I also close the head. Now I need to close this HTML also, but before that I will have to type something in my web page, and that is called a body. So as you can see, I have opened the body tag. So in the body tag I will type something like, this is a web page, and I'm done with, this is what my content is. Then I will close this body tag, and in order to close you have to do the same, slash and body. As I said, the opening tag and closing tag will be, every time it will be same, only the difference will be you have to add a slash in order to close. And then we have to close it by typing HTML, and then close it. So as you can see that I have opened HTML, then I have opened the head tag, then I have opened title tag, and I have typed something in title, then I will close the head tag, Then I open the body tag and I type some content in my body, and I close the body and also HTML. Now I will close this. So as you can see that I have closed this. So I'll make a copy of this, or we can simply go ahead and right click on this and we can rename it to HTML. And if you're using a Windows computer, you need to understand you can simply save as that file as HTML, and this is how that file will look then. So as you can see that I have, when I open that page, it says that it is .html. You see that? And this is a title, you see that, welcome now. That's the title, and this is a web page. This is the body where you write codes, where you write script, where you add CSS and so on. Now if we try to type everything using a text file, the work will go from scratch and it will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of thinking and everything in order to get the work done. So the best, what I suggest and I always used in my whole life for creating HTML web pages, that is, I always used Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver is a software which by which you can create a web page for HTML websites, and it's very easy. You don't have to write all the code, you just have to drag and drop everything and things work properly. So let's understand about the HTML part. Let's understand how the Dreamweaver works. So I will open the Dreamweaver. I used this software first I think in 2008 something, and I really love, there are many softwares, okay, but I really love the Dreamweaver and everything. So as you can see that we can create HTML, Cold Fusion, PHP, CSS, JavaScript, XML and everything, okay. So as we are talking about HTML, let's click on HTML. So once you click on HTML, just let me put this. Okay, cool. Now this is my HTML page, and here I will making all my websites. So if I go into back coding, you can see I have HTML, then head, title, body, and everything is getting closing. So if you click on code, you will get all codes in HTML. If you click split, in the halfway you will get a code, and in the halfway you will get a design, and if you click on design you will get a whole design and everything. So let's understand how we can create a web page, a basic web page using this Dreamweaver. So I will be using a table web page. It means I will be using rows and columns, and I will make a web page. And understand this, I really do not use Dreamweaver right now, and very few people use a Dreamweaver now because there are many CMS applications, CMS scripts like WordPress, Joomla and so on. So very few people use it, but still I want to give you an idea how this works. That's the reason we are going through this. So the first thing, you see that there is a title. In the title we can name anything which we want to our website. Let's say my website, or I'll type my first website. That's the name of my website. And right now this white canvas you see here, that's a body, okay, and you can see that it says body. So here we are going to make everything. So before we start, I'll click on page properties. I'll go here and here you can do a customize, like what background color you want. For example, if you want a blue, you will select blue, The text you want is a black, or whatever link you make, what you want, let's say a red color. The active link you want, that is, let's say, this color, and then click on OK. So as you can see that I got my background as a green. And if you go to page properties here, and if you see here background image, you can also keep a image as a background of this web page. So we will not get into that, we will just understand how the things work. So just when you're trying, just click on this page properties and just do a little bit of practice, and you will understand how things work. Then click on cancel. Now I'll click on insert, then I'll click table. Now it is asking how many rows and columns I want, so I'll select 3, and I usually do not go with pixels, but I go with the percentage. When you select percentage, it become easy to understand what percentage of the screen you will be consuming, what percentage of the screen you will be using. So I will select 90% of the screen should be my web page, so that you understand that the 10% from here, from top and bottom, it will be not a web page. The border thickness I will give a 0. I don't want a border thickness. Then I click OK. You see that this is what I got now. So let's assume what we can do, we can put when you select any kind of table, okay? For example, I'm selecting the first row of the table. In this, you can type a content. Let me show you. You see that? So this way, here your content will go. And so on. And in case if you want to select in the second row, you want to put an image or something, you can click here and then click on insert image, and it will ask you which image you want to insert. Select the location, and let me see if I have any. Okay, let's select this one. Okay, so you see that I got my image here. Before you select any image, the best what I suggest is, let me delete this. For example, I want to use that image. The first thing you have to do is make a folder, okay? And inside the folder, make another folder saying images. And in the images, you always keep all the the files related with images, so that it can be easy for you in order to move the website. For example, if you just move this folder anywhere, the whole website will go to your location. But in case if you are taking the pictures from a different folder and you are not carrying that folder with you, it will be difficult for you to take that image. When you carry that folder, that image will not go, and you will have a blank wherever you have selected the images, and so on. So I'll select here, then I will go to insert image, and I'll select this location, the image location. Web HTML. I'll open that, and here I have images photo, and I have photo. Then click on now, then click on OK again, and click on OK again. Now you see that? That's how this thing works. You can definitely move this thing here and write a content here again. And definitely you can make a change the format of your and definitely you can make changes in your you can change the format of the content whatever you have typed, and you can, there are many things you can do. Select the content and you can align it to the, you know, center, left, right, and so on. So as right now we have learned about how you can add tables, how you can add images, and how you can write a content. And once you're done, just save this, and it will ask you which location you want to save. So you have to save in the same location, you know, the folder on which you have created. Guys, if you're using a Windows, then you know the little process will be different what we see right now, but most of the things what we are doing here will be same on the Windows also. So I'll select desktop and then a web. Here we go. Okay, now we are into web folder, and understand when you save this, the first page, you have to make sure that it should have a name of index.html. okay, then click on save. Now let's close this and let's take a look what has been done till here. So if I go back, I have my first index page. Okay, so the first page always you know, make it as index.html, and then so on and so on. Let's open it. You see that that's how my content will look on this. Now guys, the reason this is not looking good because we have not done any kind of editing. This was just a basic idea. This video was just to give you a basic idea how it works, and I'll continue this video once again. We'll explain you the few additional features of making a website. Now you need to understand, if you're into a new business, if you're planning to, you know, make your business online, and if you are really, you know, do not have that kind of budget to spend on a web page or website, you can simply make one website for yourself with this. Okay, and once you get started, once you get little business from online, from your website, you can spend that particular money and invest that money by giving your web designing project to a professional who can make a best website, a good website for you. But for the startup, I think this is a good idea to invest the time on. So this was a short video. I'll as I said, in this whole series, I will be teaching you about HTML Dreamweaver, but my final intention, my final you know, what you say, the course to give you how you can make a website on WordPress. But the reason I'm doing HTML and Dreamweaver things first, because this really helped me a lot when I get whenever I get stuck in coding. Because when you go to WordPress, there are few things you know, which you cannot remove by doing a drag and drop, by adding plugins and so on. In that, you really need to have an idea about the coding and so on. So if you know a little bit about coding, I'm not saying 100%, let's say 20% of the coding of the web page, it will be easy for you to understand. You can just, you know, when you will open the codings on the WordPress, you will understand what this what this tag is doing, and how you can change that tag. So that's my whole intention to explain you. So if you think this video was worth, hit the like button, and for next few days I will be making a few more videos on how to design a web page. Understand, this will go slow, but we'll understand most of the tools of Dreamweaver and WordPress. So I'll continue the video. Okay, 3 2 1 go. I'll continue the video again on the Dreamweaver, so stay connected. Thank you for watching the video, and as always, have a wonderful day.